The Black Shark 2 was just launched in Malaysia not too long ago, and it is the first gaming smartphone with a Snapdragon 855 processor to reach our shores. I managed to spend quite some time with the phone over its launch event, and it's really quite an attractive gaming smartphone, thanks to its competitive pricing. But beyond value for money, is the phone any good? Let's find out. First of all, let's talk about the Black Shark 2's design, and not surprisingly, it has an aggressive styling. Its all-metal chassis is nice to the touch. It has reasonably small top and bottom bezels. You don't get any notch, that's a very good thing. And there's also an illuminated Black Shark logo on the back of the phone, naturally with RGB lighting too. But despite its status as a gaming smartphone, it doesnn't have a 3.5mm headphone jack. So if you want to put on earphones, you either have to use adapters or a USB-C earphones. Not very convenient. Besides that, for some reason, there is also no expandable storage. Pretty weird for a gaming smartphone, isn't it? Thankfully, the phone has ample amount of storage. For the Malaysian market, there are two variants of the phone. One with 128GB of storage and another with 256GB of storage. The RAM capacity, on the other hand, maxes out at 12GB, so you shouldn't have any issue gaming on this phone. Okay, so how is it like to game on the Black Shark 2? Not surprisingly, it is a very fun experience. I managed to play a couple rounds of PUBG Mobile on the phone, and I managed to get high and consistent frame rate. The game overall feels very responsive, and really I was just having a ball playing the game. What makes the gaming experience even more enjoyable are the two stereo front-facing speakers. Despite the noisy environment I was in, I can still make out the audio of the game. Besides that, I was also quite impressed with the phone's vibration system. It doesn't feel particularly cheap or generic. I don't know how to quite explain it, but just know that it's a different kind of vibration that you get on like a Galaxy S10 or a Huawei P30 Pro. Sporting a 6.39-inch 1080p AMOLED display, the Black Shark 2 has a bright, vibrant display with great viewing angles. This being an AMOLED panel, you also get very good black levels as well. Now, you might think that a 1080p display is not quite good enough for a gaming smartphone. But the thing is, the Black Shark 2 only has a 4000 mAh battery. Don't get me wrong, it's a respectable battery capacity, but for a gaming smartphone, you would want a bigger battery. Anyway, the combination of the 1080p display as well as the 4000 mAh battery should be able to return decent battery life. There is one particular aspect of the Black Shark 2 that surprised me quite a bit, which is its software experience. You see, it runs on a very stock version of Android, so the user interface feels very clean and very responsive. It's quite rare for a gaming smartphone to run on a stock version of Android, and I'm glad Black Shark did what it did. And when it comes to camera performance, I really wasn't expecting much out of the Black Shark 2. But surprise surprise, the 48MP plus 12MP dual camera system is actually quite respectable. The camera interface is very responsive, there's barely any shutter lag, and the image output is pretty damn good. Of course, I was shooting under ideal lighting, so it remains to be seen how the camera performs in low light conditions. The Black Shark 2 is a fast, premium gaming smartphone, but there is one area where it is lacking quite a bit. Yes, I'm talking about the display, which is only a 60Hz panel. Compared to, say, the Razer Phone 2's much faster 120Hz display, it won't be quite as pleasurable to play games on the 60Hz display. It will be sufficient and you can game effectively, but it won't be quite as enjoyable. That being said, the Black Shark 2 is a more affordable smartphone. The 128GB model with 8GB of RAM retails at 2,499 ringgit, while the higher-end 256GB model with 12GB of RAM goes for 2,999 ringgit. Without a doubt, it is not an affordable smartphone, but considering its feature set as well as hardware, the Black Shark 2 offers plenty value for money. If you don't mind the screen's conventional 60Hz display, you will be very happy with the Black Shark 2. Like this video if you like it, subscribe to our channel if you haven't already, and as always, expect for more good stuff to come at Nextrift.